Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast on this bipolar spring day in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were in short sleeves, 63 or 4 degrees. Today it's 10. Well, it was 10 when I got up.
And we're in
It's like
sweaters.
14 now or something. Yeah. Yeah, it's a typical spring day.
Typical spring day in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Oh, the joys.
We always have 3 or 4 springs, 3 or 4 winters, right?
We do.
Yeah. But that's the adventure of living here.
It is. And what podcast are we on today? Are we on 88?
Today we are 88.
Awesome.
And 8 is an abundance number, and that's what we're talking about today.
Well, isn't that a fun coincidence?
That's awesome.
Didn't even plan that.
Right. So today we're going to keep on with our theme for the month of creating your own luck. And today we're going to do the prosperity game.
Yes.
And that is a really fun one. I think you guys will enjoy it. Out of our favorite book, one of them, Asking It Is Given.
Yeah. Esther and Jerry Hicks.
Isn't that funny how
Of
ours are
course.
different? Mine's old.
Yeah, yours is red and mine is blue.
Yeah. Awesome. Whatever. Nobody cares.
No one cares. But we're excited about this topic because,
Yeah.
well, not only is it March and it's all, this month is about, a lot of people associate it with luck because of St. Patrick's Day, and
Yeah.
prosperity is something that kind of goes along with that.
Mhm.
And so we thought to continue our theme of luck in creating your own reality, which is really what luck is when we are co-creating at its best and things
Right.
are
In the flow.
in the flow and working out for us like we know that they do.
Yeah.
Prosperity is a big part of that. And so we
Yeah.
wanted to bring a process to you guys that will help you to continue to create more of your own luck, more of your own prosperity,
Mhm.
and keep that flow going for the month after last week's podcast.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a fun one. It's only a couple pages. So we'll just read this part in the book and then talk about it a little bit, because I think we've both done maybe not this exact thing, but we've done it in a big way.
Yeah. And so
Done a
this,
little bit in a big way.
right. And it's going to be fun to talk to you guys about it because it'll be, for those of you who don't have this book, it'll be a new one for you. It might go along the lines of some of the other ones or things that you've done to increase
Right.
your own prosperity. So it's
Yeah.
just fun to have another tool in the toolbox.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good. Okay. So we're on page 177.
Yes.
Who wants to start?
And so, yes, this is process number 5, the prosperity game.
Yeah.
When to use this process? When you want to expand your ability to imagine, when you want to add more clarity or specificity to your desire, when you want to enhance the flow of money into your experience, and when you want to enhance the flow of abundance with respect to a variety of things. And it talks about the current emotional set point range, and that's again on the emotional scale. If you have this book, the emotional scale is in here as well.
Yeah, it's on chapter 22.
Yeah, process number 22 tells you all about it. So the prosperity game will be of the most value to you when your emotional set point is ranging somewhere between 1, which is joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation, and 16, which is discouragement. So anywhere in between there would be a good time to do it.
Broad range, but
yeah, gives you a lot of space.
Yeah.
If you're feeling really great or if you're feeling a little bit discouraged, then you
Mhm.
have that emotional set point to be able to do this process successfully.
Yeah.
Okay. In this process, you will begin by establishing an imaginary checking account. In other words, there will be no actual bank involved, but you will make deposit entries and check withdrawals just as if it were an actual account. You could use an own checkbook system that is no longer in use, or an accounting program in your computer, or you could even manufacture a complete system by using a notebook as your checkbook register and blank pieces of paper for your deposit slips and checks. It is of value to make this process feel as real to you as possible. And one thing that we've done in the past is actually you can find blank checks and things online that you can use for this process. And I love that because it makes it really real.
Yeah. Yeah. I made a whole stack of them one time, with from the Bank of the Universe or something on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And it was so fun to do it that way.
I love it. And we
Yeah.
did do this process in one of our beginning of the year
Yeah,
when we did like our
coaching.
when we did it, what was what the boards? Vision boards.
Oh, yeah,
When
vision
we did our
boards.
vision board workshop the last
Mhm.
time, we did those as well, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really
I
a
love it.
really gets you into a good mindset.
Yes, and one of the things about this process is really making it feel real to you.
Mhm.
That's what's really neat about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the first day, deposit $1,000 and spend it. In other words, make a $1,000 deposit entry in your checkbook register, then write out checks to spend those dollars. And these are the fake checks. You could spend your money all in one place using one check, or you could spend it for several different things using several different checks. The point of the game is to have fun thinking about what you would like to purchase and to enjoy the process of actually writing out the checks. Be descriptive in the memo portion of the check. For example, for a beautiful writing pen, or great running shoes, or membership at Gordon's Health Spa. You could spend it all today or save some of it for another day. However, we encourage you to do your best to spend it today because tomorrow you'll be making another wonderful deposit. On the second day, deposit $2,000. On the third day, deposit $3,000. On the fourth day, deposit $4,000. When you reach day 50, deposit $50,000. When you reach day 300, deposit $300,000. If you play this game every day for 1 year, you will have deposited and spent more than $66 million. You will be benefiting by increasing your ability to imagine. In other words, you will discover as you play the game for a few weeks that it will begin to take real concentration to spend that much money. And so your ability to imagine will expand tremendously.
Mhm. Yeah, so fun. I mean, not a lot of people on a normal basis spend over $1,000 a day, right? So it's really fun to be able to think, oh, what can I pay off with this money, with $5,000 today? Or what can I buy? Maybe you could buy your first driver kid that's just starting to drive a car for $5,000 or
Yeah.
something like that, or me, I'd take a car for $5,000,
Right.
It doesn't matter. Just have fun with it. Buy a motorcycle or buy a snowmobile or whatever.
Buy tickets to a wonderful vacation.
Yeah.
Spend money on the hotel that you're going to be staying at.
Yeah.
Buy like a wonderful meal package. Maybe it's a
Right.
resort and you buy a meal package with extras.
Yeah.
Or like they said, like a spa membership. Maybe there's this one
Mhm.
thing that you've always wanted. Oh, I'd love to be able to just go to the spa whenever I want. Well, here's that spa package.
Right. And it's so fun to start to research those things. And, you might find some things that you want to put on your wish list that you would have never thought about otherwise
Right.
to do,
And that's where your imaginative juices start flowing.
Yeah.
You can think about all the things. Wouldn't this be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't this be fun?
Yeah.
And how can I get better than that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Always. How can it get better? So, when you're up to doing 300,000 in a day, that's a lot of spending.
It
There's so
is.
many things. You could make a big donation to a charity that you've always wanted to donate to, or pay your niece's student loans off or something like that.
Start a
Wouldn't that
college
be
fund for
awesome?
your kids.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many things to do that when we're in our normal everyday lives, we probably don't even think about doing, So this is really fun to get your abundance flowing and to get your mindset up to another level.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people kind of struggle with is, in our normal lives, we have this set point that we're set at.
Yeah.
And this is as much as I can spend and this is what I can afford. Well, what this works on is getting you out of that. So like you said, you expand your abundance set point. So just like
Right.
you're expanding your emotional set point with most of these processes,
Mhm.
this is resetting your abundance set
Mhm.
point, getting you used to thinking about spending that amount of money and having that amount of money, and what that's like, and
Yeah.
enjoying the things that you're getting with your checking account. So it's
Yeah.
all about your imagination beginning
Mhm.
to flow, which is the creative process, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes money more fun. So, sometimes we dread money. We just know that it's all going out as soon as we get paid sometimes. So this will help you feel better about money, not only putting your set point up higher, but it's also helping you to feel like money is fun, money is good, money comes to me easily. It just gets you in that flow a lot easier.
Mhm. Absolutely, because money, just like everything else, is energy.
Right.
And we've talked about this before,
Mm-hmm.
how everything is energy. And so as you allow that feeling and that energy to flow,
Yeah.
then that allows more of that energy to flow in and flow out for you, which is what you do with money. Money flows in and money flows
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But where you're set to is kind of determines how much is flowing in and how much is flowing out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we get at a set point where there's more going out than coming in. So this is a really good exercise when you're feeling that way, or maybe you've had some extra expenses for a month, the dishwasher broke or something like that, and you need that extra money. This will help you get into that flow again,
Mhm.
so that you're able to do those things that
Gets
you want to
things
do.
moving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So fun.
I
It
love
just
this.
is exciting to
It
me.
is, and it really is a really fun exercise, and
Yeah,
that's what I love about it is, like you said, it makes money fun,
yeah,
and that's one of the things that's really important is because then your emotional set point around money goes higher too,
yeah,
and that really determines a lot.
right.
Like if you're enjoying it or
Yeah,
not enjoying a subject really determines where you are in that subject. A lot of people say they feel stuck.
yeah,
Well, this gets you out of the stuckness and start
yeah,
moving towards what it is that you want.
yeah, yeah. I love it. Okay, where did we leave off?
Most.
Most of our physical friends really do not exercise their imagination very much. Most people offer their vibrations almost exclusively in response to what they are observing. But by playing this game, you will find yourself reaching for new ideas, and in time, you will feel the expansion of your own desire and expectation. In doing so, you will benefit by shifting your point of attraction. And we talked about that. You see, the universe is responding to your vibrational offering, not to your current state of being. So if you are giving your attention only to your current state of being, then your future evolves much the same. But if you are giving focused attention to the wonderful expanding ideas that this game evokes from you, the universe now responds to the vibrations of those thoughts. Love it.
That's one of my favorite parts of this whole section.
Yeah, yeah. The universe makes no distinction between the vibration you offer in response to what you are living and the vibration that you offer in response to what you are imagining. So this prosperity game process is a powerful tool for shifting your vibrational point of attraction. And that's so good and so important to remember that, because it's actually teaching you that money is just energy,
Yes.
right? It doesn't have any other meaning besides being energy, and we can create it anytime we want.
Right.
And if we know that to the core, we won't have those stuck moments like we're used to maybe now. But
Right. And you think about it, there are people who are really great at creating money. So think about the things that you're really good at creating for yourself. And those might be relationships work really easily for you and you make friends
Yeah.
so easily. Or maybe you're really good at visualizing things in your head and creating them with your hands. Or maybe writing is something that comes easily to you. And all of those things are that creation energy being expressed through yourself. And it's just like anything, the more that you practice something, the
Right.
better you get at it. And it's the same with the energy of money. The more you practice receiving and having it flow in and out, the easier and easier that comes as well. And that's really what this is to ease that and make it easier and easier for you to get better and better at receiving money.
Yeah. Yeah. So true.
And prosperity in all of its forms, because prosperity doesn't come
it's
just
not
in
just
money.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everything.
It's everything. And that helps ease it too, to know that prosperity isn't an abundance, isn't just about money.
Right.
It's about abundance of all of the things that you're interested in and asking for, and including happiness.
Yeah. 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 Everything in your life creates abundance. You know, money is just a small piece of that. But when we make that money easy, then it helps everything else fall into place too. So.
You know, a lot of people, when they say that they struggle with money, their struggle really isn't with money. Their struggle is with that feeling of freedom.
Yeah.
They don't feel free, and they feel like money is the way to freedom. And money is a path to freedom, absolutely. And it's something that can help them. And so that's why money is so useful as an energy, and to play this game and to open up that energy is because allowing that prosperity in helps you to feel more free. And as you feel that freedom, then everything else starts to flow, and you have that energy moving again, because a lot of people want money for that feeling of freedom. So if you feel the freedom first, and you enjoy it, and you enjoy this game of spending the money, that opens that door for you to feel that freedom, which allows everything else in. It's just really fun.
So good. Okay, you can play the game for a short time, or you can play it for an entire year or more. Whatever you choose is appropriate. It may feel awkward in the beginning, but the longer you play the game, the more expansive your imagination will become. And as your imagination expands and you focus on the spirit of fun and expansion, your point of attraction will shift. By writing checks, using your imagination, writing the memos, focusing as you write, and feeling no resistance as you write the checks, because there is no fear of overspending, you will achieve what is necessary in the achievement of everything. You will have made a statement of desire while you are in the state of non-resistance, or better said, the state of allowing. And that's where we want to get to with everything, really. That's the main object of the law of attraction, or the main idea of the law of attraction, is to be there in that state of allowing. Yeah,
absolutely. I love it.
So not only will you have the benefit of an expanding imagination, but your point of attraction will shift, and your life experience will then shift as well. Not only will your financial situation improve, but all manner of things that you have focused upon with pleasure will begin to flow into your experience. You can start the game or stop it, and you can play it in any way you like. There are no rules. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, we love that.
I love no rules. There is nothing that you should or should not do. In other words, pick it up and play with it. Spend as much as you want. But the important thing is do your best to exercise your imagination. I love it.
I think one of the biggest pieces of this is expanding your imagination and what's possible for you. And also expanding how you feel about spending money, how you feel about receiving it, and how fun it is to do that. By making this a game, by making it fun, by giving it, you know, the money doesn't really have any meaning besides that flow in and flow out that you're doing with the game. That releases all that. And that's what our hangups are, is that resistance is the hang up. And so let's go of that. So then you can finally be in the allowing space. It's just beautiful. I love it. And imagination really is the key. You know, as kids, we imagine. And we think about the possibilities for life and what we can do and what we can become. And we watch those things come into our reality as children, and everything flows pretty easily. And so as adults, as we do this and as we play, we begin to bring some of that childlike energy into our lives, and that renews us as well.
And, you know, think about when you were a kid and you wanted a certain bicycle or something like that. And you dreamt about it. You could see yourself riding it. You could see, you know, getting together with friends and riding to town or riding around the block or whatever. And you can do that as an adult too. You know, it's okay to play the games like we used to when we were
Yes,
kids.
and we
you know?
should.
Yeah, we
We
should.
should. Abraham always talks about the importance of daydreaming.
Yeah,
If we were you, we would spend more and more of our time daydreaming, is one of the
Right.
things that they
Yeah.
say. Or most
Yeah.
of our time daydreaming is what they say.
yeah, yeah. It makes a huge difference if you do that and if you're imagining things. It's the only way really that it can come to you. You know, if you're in that flow of thinking about it and allowing it in. So,
Mhm. And that's the thing is, it doesn't even have to be super specific because you've already asked for the things that you want.
right.
And you'll think of more and more things to ask for as time goes
Mhm.
along. But what you will get is the vibrational equivalent of it,
Yeah.
right? So the things that are as delightful, as fun, as exciting as what you've been imagining.
Mhm.
And then as that energy opens up, then you start to get more and more specific things that you've asked for. It's just kind of the way that it flows in, you know?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it
And some
is.
people get those things right away. Some people are really good at that.
Right.
Where it's just they're like, yep, it's in
Yeah.
my experience. That's exciting. Whoop,
Yeah.
on to the next.
Yeah. And when it comes, then you know that, okay, now this is how I'm feeling. Pay attention to that. How are you feeling when you are manifesting that fast things? You know, because then you know that's what it feels like to be in the flow. That's when you know you're allowing. So
Right.
always recognize how you're feeling when you are attracting what you want.
Right. Pay attention to your body and how you're feeling.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
We might talk
Do
about
we
that
talk
sometimes.
about that every week?
I love it.
So awesome.
It all ties together. It's
Right.
important.
It is. It is. It's fun. Okay. Do you want to go or me?
Sure, I can keep going.
Okay.
Why not?
Sure.
If you were a sculptor on your first day of sculpting, you would not take your big lump of clay and throw it down on the table and say, oh, that didn't turn out right. You would mold it. You would get better at it. You would get more clay. You would get different colored clay. You would find a way to continue to evolve in your creative endeavor. And yet, when it comes to the creation that you mold with the clay of the energy that creates worlds, most of you make no conscious effort to direct your thought. In other words, it is as if somebody else took the clay and threw it down there. And now you spend your life just talking about how it looks. That is one of my favorite analogies.
Yeah.
So think
That
about
is
that
so
for a
true.
second.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're seeing other people, you're just creating by default, and you're allowing other people's creations to wash over you, and then going, oh, well, that's just how it is now.
Right.
And then talking and complaining about it rather than realizing that you too are a conscious creator and beginning to create what you want for your life.
Mhm.
Mold that clay, get your hands in it.
Yeah.
See how it works.
Right.
And you know, that's the thing is a lot of people spend time doing other things that aren't conscious creation. It's like, well, you know, if you wasted a little bit less time and actually took a couple of minutes even each day, that could change your entire life. And so
Mhm.
it's worth thinking about, am I creating by default? Or
Yeah.
am I consciously
Or am
creating?
I
And that's what this is
consciously-
really about.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't turn out very good. My parents should have done something different about that. Or the economy should be doing something different than that. Or there is injustice or unfairness. Or I don't like the way somebody else dealt with that. And we say, get your hands in your own clay.
That's good.
That's like I love it. Underline.
That might be a t-shirt.
Summon the energy through the power of your desire and mold it through the power of your imagination. A friend said to us recently, Abraham, I don't think you care if my lover ever comes to me. I think you want me to get so good at imagining him that I don't notice that he's not here. And we said, that is exactly right. Because when you are imagining that he is here, then in your joy in that moment, you vibrate in a place where you summon and allow God force, life force to flow through you. And there's nothing more wonderful than that. And then we said, oh, by the way, when you get there, he cannot not come. But as long as your desire for him to come is more about your awareness that he has not come, not only can he not come, but the misery that you are feeling in that moment is because you are choosing a vibration that does not allow the energy that your desire is summoning.
So good. And that can be about anything, not only a soulmate or a partner or whatever. It can be, a job or a business or a car or whatever.
Right.
You can insert that in there. So
Yeah,
it's so good.
the focus on not having it is overriding your focus
Focus
on
of having
and
it.
joy
Yeah,
of knowing that it's coming to you and having it and seeing it, experiencing it.
right.
So what's your overriding feeling on that topic?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Where are
need
you
to
at?
pay attention to where you're at.
Yes.
Whose clay are you playing with?
Yeah. Whose clay are you playing with? Your own clay or somebody else's clay that's kind of stinky and you wish it wasn't there?
Right.
How long has that clay been sitting there? Should I do something about that? And that reminds me of the stick analogy, which is like my favorite analogy. But anyway, we'll move on.
That is a good one.
I could talk about that later, maybe.
Yeah.
Joyously playing this prosperity game will not only improve your financial state of being, but every aspect of your life will improve as well. It will not only help you activate more vibrations around the things that you want, but it will assist you in focusing more of the time in a way that allows the things that you want to flow into your experience. Playing this game will cause you to offer a more expansive, expectant vibration. And it is our promise to you that manifestations will begin to arrive in response to your changed vibration.
So good. I think that's one of my favorite things to do, our sessions, our processes in the book. And the way they word it makes sense, and it makes it sound like, oh, this is so easy, why don't I do it?
Yeah.
It's just, you can only blame yourself for not, right?
Right. And the thing is, this process, you can make it real with paper,
Yeah,
or you can do it in a computer. Some
Yeah.
people are really good, they like to do that. Or it can just be in your mind.
yeah.
But seeing it, experiencing it, being
Mhm.
it, and doing all this, I like to do it on paper because it does make it real.
Yeah, I like to make the checks and have them, and just write them out. I worry about doing it on an old set of checks, because what if one is floating around out there somewhere and someone tries to cash it?
Yeah, maybe just make fake ones.
Unless it's on a closed account, I guess then it
Yeah,
wouldn't
I think they're
matter.
talking about the check register, not the actual
Yeah, the
checks.
register, but I like to
Don't do
write
it
the
on-
real checks.
I like to do
that's
it on
why
like
I
the
make 'em.
printed fake ones.
Yeah, the fake ones. But I do have old ones that I should shred, but I could have used, but
yeah,
that's scary.
yeah. I just like to do the Bank of the Universe
Yeah,
checks, perhaps.
yeah. Yeah, and it does, I have a few laying around the house like that I have written out, like for a motorhome that I want, or, I don't remember what, and one of my grandkids found one. And it was for like $117,000 and some cents or something like that, and he was like, Grandma, what's this for? You have a check this big? And I laughed and I told him about it. And he's like, oh, that sounds fun. So yeah, it might be something you want to do with your kids or grandkids. Just play the game and get everybody's vibration going up around money.
Right, and it'd be really fun if you're playing it with kids, because a lot of people who watch have kids,
Yeah.
is to, they have those cash registers like the kids
Yeah,
ones,
yeah,
and you can have them, okay, we're gonna put it in the bank and then put it in the cash register or whatever,
yeah,
and then like, okay, now we're gonna pay for things and use the cash register and make it fun like a game like that
Yeah.
too. Kids would love that. They could press the buttons and like, okay, now I'm doing withdrawal. I'm gonna go pay for my boat or whatever, they
yeah.
want.
That's a really good idea. Make it fun, and then you're gonna do it more too.
Right.
When I was looking at this earlier today, getting ready for our podcast, I was thinking about, you could even use your gratitude journal for something like this, or just pick a journal to do it. If you don't want to work with the checks or whatever. If you just want to start to write about the things that you want to buy when you get that money in there. So be a fun thing to journal about.
One idea I was thinking about, if you do the checks, or, pieces of paper or whatever,
Mhm.
is, we've talked about before the God box
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
And so that process would be wonderful to do with this, where every check that you write for things goes into your God box. And that's the things,
deposit that in the box.
and those are
Good
the
idea.
things that come to fruition. Those are the things that you're creating, and those are the things that you're handing over to you, to the universe, to God, to source energy,
Mhm.
to create for you.
Exactly.
And so how beautiful would it be to include that in like your God box activity if you're doing that one,
Yeah,
where these are the things that I'm creating. These are
that's
the
a
things that I
good
want.
idea. Yep. Yeah, and that it all goes along, it could be another step to make your dream board, if you create a dream board or vision board or, goal board, whatever you do, to make that go one step further and a step deeper.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Make it fun, make it your own. Do
Yeah.
something that makes sense to you and that makes it fun for you. Because that's really the thing about getting that energy of that fun and that flow and the excitement and the eager for more.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you did it for 1 week out of the month or something,
Yeah.
it's a good thing to do.
And think
Good
about how
thing to
fun
do.
it could be to do it every day, like they say, for
Yeah, for a
a
year.
year.
Wow, that'd be
That'd
fun.
be amazing.
Yeah,
I would
think
love
how
to do
much
that.
you would expand if you did that,
Yeah, think about spending $6 million this year.
right?
Wouldn't that be interesting? It'd be expansive.
Yeah,
You'd have to think bigger, bigger, and bigger to spend all your checks.
yeah.
And I love
would
that
be a
idea.
fun, yeah,
And that's what I love about this. It's all about expansion.
yeah.
It's all about flow. It's all about allowing it in. And so,
And you're really gonna expand and grow your thinking in a huge way fast, it's a good exercise to do.
yeah,
Let's do it.
it's easy to spend $1,000 in a day.
Yeah,
It gets
Yeah.
a little harder to spend $1 million
right,
and bigger.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, what was the one if you did? When you reach 300 days, you're depositing $300,000. If you did it every day for a year, you'll have spent more than $66 million, so. Yeah, be fun to try to spend that in a day.
Would be. Sounds exciting.
It does. I love it. So good.
I would be willing to try.
I would be willing to
I am
try.
willing to try, I should say.
Yeah, I am willing to try too. That's awesome. So any final words? The real biggest thought we have is to make it fun. Play, have fun in your life and enjoy it, because what else is there? You gotta have fun, you gotta enjoy life. And you'll find out that as you enjoy things, more and more joy comes to you.
Yes, absolutely. That's one thing that's important to remember is life is supposed to be fun.
Right. Yeah.
And let it be fun. A lot of people feel trepidation in allowing their life to be fun or being more fun. People will think I'm weird. Well, you know what? People know that I'm weird.
Right.
And we
I'm
all have
weird
fun
every day.
together.
Yeah.
That's the amazing part about it is like
It
it's
is.
infectious. And so if you are enjoying your life, the other people realize, oh, I have permission to enjoy myself
Yeah.
too. And then you're all enjoying things together and pretty
Right.
soon it's a party. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I suggest it highly. It
I
works
do
out really
too.
well on a
Yeah.
daily basis.
It's good.
Mhm.
So, Carissa, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Well, if you want to find me on the interwebs, aka the internet, you can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. You can also find us collectively on Facebook at Our SoulSpace. We are here on YouTube, which is where we are originally for this podcast, at SoulSpace Podcast.
Yeah.
Nothing before, nothing after. So find me there if you'd like to. And Tracy, where can people find you on the little interwebs?
You can find me at inspiredsignals.com. All my links are there for my socials, but I'm on Facebook and Instagram primarily. Yeah, it's all there. Inspired Signals.
And
Signals.
you're revamping your website, which I'm really excited to
am.
see.
And
It's going to be even more beautiful than it was.
yeah,
So we look
it's
forward to
gonna
that.
be, it's actually gonna work. Instead of just being pretty.
Your website does work. I've been there.
It does work, yeah, but it'll be more efficient and more of where I'm going, what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
And I am doing my very first speaking event
Awesome.
coming up in a month. I'm going to be in Bismarck, North Dakota, at the Souls of Spirit Expos. And that's going to be at the AMVETS on the 5th of April. It's the 4th or 5th. I think it's the 5th. It's Saturday.
Awesome.
And I am going to be speaking on breakthrough to your best life.
Oh, that sounds good.
So I'm so excited. It's going to be very interactive, and we're all going to take steps forward towards our best life, like we do here in our podcast every week with you guys. And it's going to be free for everybody that comes through the door.
Awesome.
So I can't wait. I'm so excited. I don't do a lot of public speaking historically. However, I am so excited because I'm stepping into it, and I've wanted to do it for a while, and now I'm finally like, yes, now is the time.
Good. Good.
Carpe diem.
That's exciting.
So see me there if you're going to be in the Bismarck area, or even if you're not, if you're in Fargo, drive out there to see me, because it's going to be awesome.
It's a nice drive.
It's a beautiful drive. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy drive. You just straight.
Lock your steering wheel. And you'll be right there.
For the most boring drive you'll ever have, so bring friends.
It's not the most boring. Williston, Devil's Lake to Williston is the most boring.
I'll give you that.
There's nothing. At least Bismarck, there's some hills and some trees.
There's some trees every once in a while.
Yeah, there's a little bit of scenery. On the north part of the state is nothing.
Yeah. So welcome to North Dakota. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's flat.
Yeah.
There's some trees every once in a while.
There's usually a sign if there's a hill.
Yeah.
Just to warn you.
In case you weren't prepared for it. There's a hill coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we like to have fun about where we live.
We do. It's fun to make fun of the
way
Midwest.
we get through it, right?
And if you've never been here, then you can learn more about what it's like to be here.
Come in the summer. April will be pretty good. Should be.
And
unless we get a blizzard
in theory
this weekend.
I mean, April is great with the occasional blizzard.
Yeah. Once in a while we have a few inches of snow, but
so like May. Come in May.
Yeah. Actually, if you want to be safe, come in August.
True. Hottest month of the year. If you like hot weather, come in August.
Yeah.
There you go.
Then we're hot and sweaty. Yeah.
Yeah. So come join us for that. That sounds fun.
Anyway, we'll see you next week for SoulSpace Podcast.
Bye.
Bye-bye.